I'm
Hey
ready.
guys, how are you going? And I would just like to welcome you guys back to another new mod pack that is, since we probably already went through a billion of them. So this one we're gonna try and make it official at least, but I'm not gonna say it because I often end up lying, and every single time I record I'm gonna be like, oh yep, this is the mod pack we're gonna use, and then it never happens. Because we did end up, we were planning on using like the crack pack, and oh my gosh, there's a skeleton, and that didn't work really well. So we ended up using the yolks pack, I think it was, and yeah, that didn't work very well either. And now we're back to, then we went back to the Minecraft again, and we just kind of like, yeah, stuff it. I mean, we just had like some real server problems and stuff like that. So now we are using the monster mod pack from Feed the Beast. Something a little bit different in what we intended to use, but it's kind of fun, like, what we're doing so far. So I would just like to introduce some people that I've probably done before. We have had a couple of extra people on the server, but yeah, obviously with changings and crossings and stuff like that, you obviously see different sides to people, and they just no longer last. But the people who we do have is we've got gods on the server. We did have Inko. So he obviously just left, and oh, there we go. Here he comes back. And we've got Primeval, and we've got Hayden, all of them in TeamSpeak along with me, apart from Hayden. I think Hayden's in chat. Um, but yeah, they're all with me. And so what we kind of have decided to do is we kind of like happen to make a really big spawn area, and Inko is like spamming chat with his lefts and joins and I don't know what else. But yeah, what we kind of did is we kind of like decided to make a really big, community thing. It's like it's the whole, everything we're gonna do now is all community based. Something that we are not necessarily have to build our houses inside the mountain. And I mean, at least now I can show off, a couple of things, what other people are doing. Which is really great. I mean, I like it better that way. And I mean, I mean, even though killing other people is like super fun, it's, I mean, I really enjoy showing off, different things that people end up, that people end up making. There we go, Prime doing some parkour. Okay.
Oh, Prime, it's me.
Alright, where did Inca go off to? Oh, is he
He's there
here?
still.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Alright, so what we have over here is, it's a pity Hayden's not here. So what Hayden's got over here is he kind of have like a little market thing, but I'll show a little bit off, a little more of that when he's on, so we can kind of explain what he's intended to do. And then, kind of what we have here is, Inco made a little smelter room going on here. It's pretty cool. So we just kind of, when we've got ores and stuff smelting up, we just chuck them in here, and yeah, I guess smelter does what the smelter does. And over here, one really great idea we had is kind of like having markets and stuff like that, or we're trying to have markets. But at the moment, what was that mod that we were going to use, Prime?
Industrial craft.
Oh yeah, there was like these trader mats or something from Industrial Craft, but I mean, they didn't really work the way we liked them to. So yeah, so we're probably going to make plan with this one way or another. Maybe like a market, night or stalls or night markets, or whatever people call them. And then over here, probably the most, well, probably, yeah, the most important building on the pack is, well, the world is the inn. So oh look, here's Inko. How you going, Inko?
Stop talking crap.
Alright, so we have the inn here. This is kind of pretty much where we all started off. So we have, I think Prime made us a little map or something of, what's going on and whatnot. Oh man, we really need to put that door back. That's so annoying. And very lonely in the Lily Seed. It's probably been here for a couple of days now. Yeah, it's really sad. Oh, there's Hayden. There, he's back in chat. All right, so this is my build here. And kind of what I'm planning for it is kind of like making like a restaurant or something. Um, wow, did I actually get you up there? Or did you just fly? Oh my gosh. All right. Yeah, so what I'm trying to do here at least is I'm trying to sort of like whip out a restaurant or something like that. And then I'm gonna build my house quite close by. What I'm gonna do is we're gonna have like a train station or train tracks coming all the way along. Yeah, so we're gonna have like I was thinking maybe having like another station in front of the restaurant, and then we're gonna kind of expand over the tracks or something, kind of like a over a walkway bridge or something. And the other build is gonna come in like this general direction over here. Probably be another part of the restaurant or maybe my house or something like that. I mean, we'll see what future has to hold for us. And then in the very far distance, we have got Prime's little factory base home thing kind of going on. Are you there now, Prime?
Yeah.
Alright, oh dear. Already do we have chunk loading problems? It always happens when I record. It's such a usual thing. Alright, so what we have in here is Prime is kind of like set up. Is the machines on? It's off, yeah.
I can turn it on.
Oh, okay, cool. So
Which one do you want to see? This one over here? Or?
I'm just going to turn my sound like real down, because they make a really bad noise. Alright, so I mean, what Prime has done is he's pretty much just like kind of tried to triple our ores and stuff like that. So, I mean, like, he just turned it on now. So what happens is we just, we just blow, well, pretty much put in our ores, yeah, and it just triples it out for us. And, what happens is it pretty much gets powered with fuel that he set up a really big like sugarcane farm up outside, and what happens is he uses that to pretty much like make fuel, and I have got no idea how any of the stuff works. It's like complicated as hell. So what I'm going to do is, if you're really interested in what this looks like, or you know how this all works, because this is all from Rotary Craft, and it's not something I've not used Rotary Craft in my life. So what I'm going to do is I'll probably have Prime. We'll probably do like a little episode together or something. We'll set up something similar to this. But in the meantime, there's going to be a link down below with Prime's channel, and then you can go have a look, because he does tutorials and stuff like that of how to set that up. I mean, normally I do, you know, quick, like, not necessarily showing, but I mean, Prime does, you know, he does like full-on tutorials and stuff like that about how, you know, setting it all up. So if you're like interested in how all that crap works, you can have a look, because I'm not even going to touch that. It's too complicated for the eyes. We can turn sound back up now at least. Alright. There you go. Alright, so that's what's pretty much been going on for at least a little while now. Alright, and then at the back here, this is where all the fuel and stuff comes from. I've got no idea what the canola plants are for. What do you use the canola plants for, Prime?
Lubrication oil that'll be getting set up a little bit later.
Ah, okay. And is this like all a part of Rotary Craft, or?
Yep. Yeah, they're from Rotary Craft as well.
Okay. Alright, yeah, there you go. And this is pretty much the whole massive farm, sugarcane farm that's set up. That's pretty much just, you know, used on, you know, making all that fuel and stuff. But yeah, as I said, it's super complicated stuff. Like, I can't even put my head around it. Like, I walked in there maybe yesterday, and I just had a look at it, and I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't even want to pull those levers and whatnot. Might end up blowing the house. Prime would be very upset if he logs on and he sees half his building missing. Oh yeah, and then there's this really temple-like thing that Inko has made as well, and I'm not quite sure what he's intended to use it for, whether it was maybe he said like Thorncraft or Blood Magic or something like that, but that's what it looks now. I'm not going to show you inside just yet, because it's still in work in progress.
But you can if you want to.
Oh, okay, so, alright, cool, so we'll have a look what's inside. I don't think there's much in there just yet. So what are you intending to use it for again, Inko?
It's where I'm gonna be sacrificing DDT. I'm in here, see, in this gold there. It's just glowstone with chisel. I'm gonna just set him up here, and I'm gonna make him beg for mercy, and then I'm just gonna cut his head off. And it's gonna be, his heads are gonna fill these
Your
walls.
death
No.
count says otherwise, Mr. Inko.
Those are all from nitro creepers and regular creepers.
All from Nitro Creepers. I killed you about 5-6 times.
Didn't don't believe him. No, I'm gonna use it for Thumb.
Oh, okay, so yeah, so this is going to be the Thumb. There is pretty much a thing on this server where we were like, because when we, ever since we started, we just ended up putting that death count there, and we were just like, we're going to tally and see who gets, to 50 or something, and by the looks of it, Inko has been like #1 ever since. He's got to live up to his title. And look, there's Hayden. He is. This used to be, this hole over here was just mined out by a turtle. That was Hayden's turtle, and he looks like he filled it up. Oh, if you have a look here, I'm just gonna
climb down this ladder right
there
here.
you go. This is what the turtle has done. This is what Hayden's been up to. So that's obviously been put there probably for safety reasons, I guess, because it was a big hole. But yeah, it's like we pretty much just did that so that we can end up, getting a lot of cobblestone and resources and stuff like that. So as you can see here, he's set that all up. And then, of course, Hayden has got his little Kiwi E-Mart that is, which is pretty cool. So maybe one day we can actually, have a look at what's like buying something from in there or whatnot. I almost had no idea what to say there. So Hayden has actually set up the first reactor on the server.
Yes, he's finally gone.
Oh man.
Shut
Yeah,
your
so
damn
it's
mouth.
the first reactor he's set up. There's always bats flying around. I have no idea where they come from, but they're just always they're just around. But yeah, that's pretty much what community server and stuff like that is like all about. So we'll be expanding on it a lot more than we are now. Like obviously, once in a while when we record, I'll show off a little few things here and there when they're actually done. So there's at least something to show off. And I'm about to die of hunger. Believe it or not, there is about 5 of us on the server now, and none of us has been setting up like a proper way to collect food or something like that, other than berries. We're literally living off berries.
We have a farm. Why don't you use the wheat?
I'm gonna go with Prime's excuse that we have to keep chopping it down and replanting everything and putting in a furnace. That's why we don't use wheat.
Okay, you deserve to die of hunger. No excuses, die.
Yeah, there's no excuses, you just die. That's what happens with laziness. But yeah, so that's pretty much what, what Spawn's gonna look like. And it's just gonna keep expanding. I mean, obviously we're gonna, plans. I'm not necessarily gonna, give any, what's it called? Not,
Classified.
no, oh man, I can't think of the word. I'm not gonna tell you what's gonna happen in the future because one, they're either not gonna happen as I say them, or they're not going to happen like a billion years from now. So I'll say them as it happens. But we definitely have plans for the server, right? Like there's just like one thing that I would tell you is we're gonna kind of like we're gonna have mini games, and within the mini games area, we're gonna be doing different things, like a lot of different things, which I'm super excited to have a bit of show off on camera and anything. So once that gets started, we'll probably be recording so much more. You'll see like little snippets and stuff like that. But yeah, there's a lot planned for it. But then otherwise, while off camera and even sometimes on camera, I'll do a bit of recording of me making up on the restaurant because I kind of did start it. But I need some sand, and it's just I'm far too lazy to even go look for sand. But yeah, so I'm probably gonna have to go look for some sand, finish up the glass or the windows or anything here. And then I think upstairs I'm kind of thinking I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm not quite sure. I might end up putting, I don't know, because I mean, like I said, I want to have like a little walkway over the train tracks, like a bridge kind of thing from the one building to the other. So maybe we can have it open, or Oh man, we'll see how I feel at the time. I mean, we'll finish downstairs and we'll get restaurant like up and going, and then we can sort of like have a look what upstairs is gonna be like. But otherwise, that is just about it. I think I showed off everything. I don't think there's anything I missed. Oh yeah, this little walkway down here, that's pretty cool actually. That's like the one thing I missed is this little pretty walkway. Oh, there we go. There goes the turtle
Ow.
again.
What the fuck?
There you go. So it's gonna just end up mining another big hole. Um,
Hey, shut up.
all right. But I guess that's that. I mean, we're currently. I mean, it's not gonna stay this small of this small. Well, man, I can't talk today. It's not gonna be the small community that's just gonna be hanging out on the server. We're probably gonna be expanding out a little bit and try and make it a little bigger of a community. Um, so what's gonna so I mean we're just gonna I mean if you're really interested and kind of and stuff what to do. I mean, I know a lot of you guys just talk heaps to me on Twitter, which is really awesome. I actually kind of like the input I'm getting through Twitter and stuff like that, because on YouTube I'm on YouTube most of the time, but it's not like I'm not always talking on YouTube or stuff like that. So it's going to take a couple of days or maybe a day or two before I can actually reply to your comments on YouTube and stuff like that. But a lot of you actually started talking to me on Twitter, which is great, because that way I can like respond in at least in probably minutes. Because I mean I've got Twitter on my phone, so yeah, it gets like directly to me. Oh wow, dropping them frames. But in any case, so I mean, I hope you guys enjoy this episode. So hopefully next episode I'll be able to show off the restaurant, or maybe I'll even build, as close to the end of it. I'll start recording back on camera, and we can kind of like have a look what the final results are. And then after that, we're probably going to start building up my base, because there are a couple of things I would like to put on there, and then we're probably just going to finish off the community. Maybe we're going to have the arena build up next as well, because I know with the means of death counts there on the right, I almost said left, we're going to try and push up those numbers to at least 50 by not the end of this month, but maybe middle next month. We'll see what happens. We'll see if we can, get an arena and get a couple of hits on maybe Gods there, because he's at the very bottom.
I've already killed you once and killed Inko many times. Don't try your luck.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so this is kind of okay. I'm not gonna say no much more, but yeah. Hopefully I'll see you guys in the next episode. See you next time.